All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Now, today happens to be the first 100 days since the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Danqua Akufo Addo, assumed the office of the presidency. We want to do a little bit of assessment of the economy looking at the first 100 days. Now, on our editorial today, we would like to state on record that all the indications point to the fact that Nana Addo Danqua Akufo Addo and his government is on the verge of realizing positive economic benefits. He's on the trajectory of fulfilling all his campaign promises. But members of the opposition hold a different perspective or a contrary perspective to this particular position. Today, we are privileged to have in the studio one of our own undergraduate economic students at the premier university in Ghana, University of Ghana, Legon. He goes by the name Boakye Lincoln. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
How was the day?
Oh, everything.
You're looking very good.
Oh, thank you.
What is the secret?
Oh, by God.
By God's grace. All right. Now we want to do an overall assessment of the economy, looking at the first 100 days of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Danqua Akufo Addo. Members of the opposition hold a different perspective to this particular position. Do you think he has been able to live up to expectation?
Oh, I have to thank the viewers.
All right.
To me, I was expecting more. My expectation level is very low.
Expecting more like?
I was expecting more because looking at when we were in the opposition, what he said that in the first 100 days he would do and that, I think he's not able to achieve that. So when I'm to give him a mark, I'll give him maybe 40% or so.
So can you tell the viewers the first 100 days what Nana Addo intended to achieve during his campaign promises?
Oh, he promised us one. He said that teacher training allowance will be restored in his first 100 days. And as a stand now, that haven't been restored. He also made a promise that when he comes, contractors who haven't been paid for the past years, like they haven't been paid for their work done,
will
also be paid in the first 100 days. And then he made promise that he's going to introduce a national identification scheme. As a stand now, that 10-2 is not in there. And then he also promised that when he comes here, they're going to, if the past government didn't implement what we call the right to information bill, in his first 100 days, he's going to make sure that bill has been passed. But that's
so, in your own estimation, he has not been able to live up to expectations
exactly.
in the first 100 days.
Within the promise that he gave us. You see, the point is I have to judge him based on the promise that when he he was telling us that in the first 100 days, he will do that or that. But as a stand now, he is not able to achieve that. So to me, my expectation level is very low. But as time goes on, I think things can change.
All right. Now, Lincoln, look at the macroeconomic indicators, talk about the inflation rates and the exchange rates. I believe perfectly that you've taken a cue from all those indicators that we are on the right trajectory. Inflation rate has been reduced and the CD has been appreciated. Don't you think that is laudable?
Oh, I think that is an improvement, but don't forget that you have what you call policy lags.
Exactly.
You know, policy lag.
Yeah.
Because you have implementation lag, decision lag, and all those stuff.
Action lags.
I know politicians are very smart in the way that if they didn't experience anything better now, I don't know what they would have said. They would have said that the NDC, the previous government did that, and then you see, I believe that all what has been happening now. You agree to me. You agree to my assertion that all that is happening now started 6 months ago. We need to when any government
really
exactly because you can't be having a stable desk within your first 10 months. Implementation.
But I quite remember during the end of the fiscal year, we were experiencing hyperinflation and all that. But
no, but are you sure? Like, we have tested the fact that implementation lag takes 6 months before we can become manifested.
So when you have to take a cue,
that's what I'm saying. That you see, it's all about the fiscal discipline that we see. The previous 2016, you see, the government was spending money, but you realize that no matter what the forces that will be coming from 3 million, he's no more going to spend. He's going to make things be in a stable ground. So that thing have moved on up to this extent. You see, the government as a stand now. Can you tell me one policy that they have implemented? They haven't implemented any policy. Can you tell me? They haven't implemented any. Have they made any huge?
They are yet to implement policy.
They are yet to implement policy. They are yet to even pay the 110 ministers. They are yet to implement policy which they will spend and all those stuff so that we will see what will happen. Do you get it? So let's wait. But I believe that whatever is happening now was based on the policy that was implemented by the past government. To me, that's
wow, interesting. Lincoln, I believe perfectly that you remember last 2 weeks the lecture we had. Our lecturer told us something about dynamic inconsistency. That if a government implements one particular policy, it can go a long way to worsen another policy. For instance, I believe perfectly that the government has implemented policies like monetary policy to reduce inflation rates and also to appreciate the exchange rate. Do you think this particular policy will go a long way to worsen policies like unemployment?
That's why last time our interview I was telling you that the government can never attain 11.2 inflation target.
So do you think it is unrealistic?
It's extremely pugnacious. Do you know why? As a stand now, the previous government spent 58.8 billion expenditure. Okay. It was 51.8 billion. This new government has also estimated that they are going to spend 58.8 billion. Someone who spent 51.8 billion was able to attain an inflation target of 50.4%. And we are saying we are going to spend 58.8 billion, but you are attaining inflation target of 11.2. This is extremely popular. There's no way you were able to attain this.
There's a quote that in order to move forward in life, you need to take a couple of steps backwards.
So that's what I'm saying. That economics, if you want to increase employment, if you want to increase, no matter what, prices have to go down because you are spending. Prices will be going down. No matter what, genuine prices level will be going down.
So you believe this dynamic inconsistency will come to play?
Why not? You tell me, like, look, I'm not saying it's an economic phenomenon. Yeah. So if you want to attain a particular target, another one will be worsened off. That's why I'm telling you that there is no way this government will be able to attain inflation at the end of the year. Inflation target of 11.2. You see, what you see. As a stand now, they haven't implemented anything. Like they haven't been.
You
see, is that all his major policy will start September?
Exactly.
So let's say from September going all those stuff where you will start spending all those.
So it is premature for us to make any conclusion right now.
I will wait for the 1 year to see and come and see things.
Oh, okay. So moving forward, Lincoln, as an undergraduate economics student, what advice are you going to offer to the government?
You see, one thing is fiscal discipline. You see, government. You see, no matter when you talked about me, I'm even shocked. When we were in opposition, the way I believe that man. Like I was having class for him. The way when we were in opposition, you see him trying to redefine things, telling us that this and that should be done for Ghana to move forward. But I don't see. As a standard, MPP also is making a lot of mistakes in terms of fiscal discipline too. No matter what, I mean, this year's budget we will obtain fiscal. There will be fiscal indiscipline in that. I think I can't take back. But I think government have to be fiscal discipline, and then one thing moving forward, and then you have to target corruption. Corruption is a very big issue that Ghana have to look for. Or else, this 110 ministers, I think Ghana is going off. That's what I can say about that.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, this is where we draw the curtains for this particular program. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye.